Hello and welcome back to the channel. Like a lot of people, I suspect, I've been surfing the net looking to see if there's any half decent so-called Black Friday bargains knocking around, and I came across the Great Western Class 43 GWR set on the Hornby website, which was down at 99 quid. Quite fancied one of these in the Great Western livery. And I had some Hornby points to put against it, so I thought, well, I don't buy anything like that without checking first. So I had a quick search for some reviews and discovered basically that yes, it's very nice, and it would need at least 2 more coaches to make it look half decent, because it only comes in one, and that they never made any, and there aren't really any coaches to add to that set. I mean, I thought the set would be quite good. It comes with some decent new track at 3rd radius, which wouldn't be too bad. A set of points, always useful to have a new set of points. A track mat so that I could practice my origami, and a controller that would be put straight in the recycling bin. But I thought, for, you know, with my points off, it'd come down to about 80 quid. I thought you can't go too wrong there. But the lack of extra coaches, or the availability of them anyway, put me right off. So I thought, well, I've got a couple of Intercity 125 engines that I've paid next to nothing for. I haven't run them for ages, so let's get them out and have a look. I think what I learned from the reviews is that this is basically the same model. It may have been upgraded, or it has been upgraded rather, with a better motor, but still has traction tyres, still a bit on the light side, and yes, it's an older model. We're not looking for an all singing, all dancing one, and I think these look alright. But with the nice GWR paint job, it really did look pretty good. But as I say, I got these old ones. I thought we'd have a look at these and just see if I sort of regret not getting that Great Western one, which, as I say, is down to the lack of coaches. So the one nearest the camera I got from I think it was Elaine's Trains some time ago. That was a set with the driving car that you can see in the picture, 2 coaches and the trailing car. I'm pretty sure it's just a Lima tooling really. It's got the old Ringfield motor in there, and a lump of lead to weigh it down. Does have working lights, and it has lights both ends, which directional lights both ends, that is. There's no red, but yeah, it has white lights in the direction of travel, which something the so-called newer Great Western version in that set doesn't have. The lights are not in it. They only come on the front driving end when that's going forwards. There's no other lights on it, which is a bit of a disappointment. Yeah, that came from Elaine's Trains. I believe it was about 35 quid. Admittedly, it was 2 or 3 years ago, but that came with 2 coaches, not one. And it was just a set. There was no track or anything. And there are coaches available for this one, because I've actually got some more on there for that one. And the one at the back there in the classic Intercity colour is I got that from, believe it or not, a boot sale for a £5. The bloke said he didn't know whether it ran or not, but knowing it was a Ringfield, I thought, well, at least we can give it a go, and you can't argue for a £5. It also came with one very tatty coach that's at the driving end, at the trailing end, and this tatty coach for a £5. So I got that home and give that a clean up, and that runs pretty well. So I think what we do, we give them a lap, and then we'll get the top off and have a look inside, because I haven't done any work on these for ages, and we'll have a slightly closer look at the detailing and what have you, and we'll take it from there. So we'll start off with the 125 one over the back there. This has currently got 1, 2, 3, 4 coaches. I don't have any of the correct coaches for that one, other than the tatty one it came with. So we've got some old Hornby Intercity coaches with that one. that one there is the correct one, but is very tatty, but it does run. And we'll send that off and see how that one gets on. Should be all right. Don't see why that runs rather well. We'll just park this one at the station. So I do actually have the box for this one, such that it is. This is the one from Elaine's Trains. It's in one of these boxes. So as you can see, it didn't come as a set with coaches. It's just like this, and this is R069 Power Dummy Power Cars. Power Dummy Power Cars. Not sure that makes perfect sense. No instructions, and they just come together like this. So let's get this one moving, see how this one does. Sounds like there might be a bit of wheel slippage going on there. Maybe the traction tyres are a bit naff. There's definitely a bit of a wheel slippage going on with this one. The trailing end on this one is quite stiff, even though I've oiled it and improved it, it's still quite stiff running. I think it's the pickups for the rear lights. Anyway, let's see how much one of these weighs. They're all going to be the same, I think. So that's, what's that, 223 grams. Not especially heavy, but I think we'll get the top off and have a look inside. Well, I've got to say, that was a serious arse ache trying to get that off, even though it's clips. There's a clip around here, and in this particular version, I don't know if they're all the same, there's a clip there and the same the other side, and the cab comes off it on its own, and then the body will come off. Not seen that before, but it's fair enough. Took a bit of getting off though, it was so tight. So this looks like a pretty standard lemur setup, doesn't it? Got the ring field in there. Looks in reasonable nick. A lump of weight. Not as much as some lemurs though. And we've got some wire in this end. This is for the lights. And there's a little bit of cab detail, as you can see. There's the light. It's got a little bit of light channeling in the cab, not much. And it's the standard old ring-filled motor in one of these. I've taken the opportunity of giving it a bit of grease and whatever while I'm here, but yeah, that's what's inside one of these. So I assume the new GWR one's got a better motor than this. Not that there's anything wrong with ring fields, but an upgraded motor, it might even be DCC ready, I'm not sure. I don't really look at that because, to be fair, I don't care. Also interesting that the couplings on both ends, both the driving end and the normal end, do not have hooks on the couplings. Now I thought this was just missing, but yeah, they're all the same. Oh, and there's that naughty clip on the end that I didn't know about as well. So yeah, there's nothing exciting in these. And yeah, that's what we got inside that one. So I got them both off the track. We'll just have a quick look over them. Paint job's pretty good, I reckon. I picked out the handrails, they look nice. You wouldn't necessarily know they weren't separately fitted. Livery's nicely done. Some sort of grill effect there with plastic. I mean, it's all moulded. And you can see part of the motor in the back. Roof detail. It's all very nice. Again, all moulded. Around the back, we got glazing in those rear facing windows. And pretty much the same down the other side. You will notice a difference between this one and the Intercity 125 version, which is this part, which I assume is some sort of exhaust system, or that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, separate tooling on the other one. Let's have a look at that. So this one's different at the front there, different exhaust system. Probably see the two together. Yeah, so there are some tooling differences, at least on the roof. Not a lot, but a bit. But again, paintwork great on this. I think there's another clip there. Yeah, I think they've done a good job on these. I mean, these are pretty old, aren't they? I'm not sure when these came out, but all the printing's good. 43010. The word guard on there. It's again, it's got the no hook on the coupling. I think everything else is pretty much the same. The body's the same, just the paintwork's different. Nice looking handrail there, again moulded. And this is 43010. What's the other one? That one's 43119. So that's the two power cars I had a look at. Let's get them back on the track. Or actually, let's compare the weights between the two. I'm not sure if they're the same. I would think they would be. I know I've already done this, but let's just check them out. I can't remember which one I've already weighed now. So that one's 221. Yeah, a couple of grand's different. It's probably the amount of body hair that's trapped in it somewhere. Right, let's get back on the track. I should just point out the traction tyre situation. So they've got, this is the driven bogie, and they've got two traction tyres there and there. And on the executive livery one of them is slipping a bit. So that's why I said it sounded like something was slipping. It needs a new traction tyre. I've got some of them, but I won't fit them now. And obviously the same type of bogie here, because it's still got the gears on it, even though that's all free running. Right, let's get it going. So the Intercity 125 there has got some old Hornby coaches that don't really match. And the one of the executive livery has got some one Lima and two replica railway coaches, complete with two Hornbys. The really wobbly one is the replica railways for some reason. Yeah, you might be able to see as it goes around this time. Yeah, the rear two coaches are replica railways. It's interesting that newer GWR version that I didn't buy doesn't have working headlights both ends. Now this is the non-powered end, but if I give it some power, you should be able to see lights come on. Yeah, there we go. So this has directional headlights, whereas the newer one doesn't. not sure that's an upgrade. So not being content with those other two Class 43s, it turns out I have another one that was tucked away somewhere. And let's bring that one in. And this is the same thing again, but this time in the rather striking Virgin livery. This was another set from Hornby from back in the day, and this one came with two rather nice coaches, all in the same set. Apart from that, I've had the top off of this one. This one looks exactly the same inside, just a different livery. Let's have a quick look at this one. Again, painting is that wants to focus. Come on. Doesn't want to focus. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Yeah, so this is 43063. Again, printing's all nice. Livery's well done. Actually had a named one, this one. I think this is it Maiden Voyager, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Maiden Voyager. But otherwise it's pretty much exactly the same. With the slightly raised exhaust parts on the top. Again, livery nicely done. Handrails look good. Door handles picked out. A moulded in wiper. Again, lights both ends. Yeah, I think it looks rather nice again, this one. Very good. Otherwise it's the same. No hook on there. Two old traction tyres. Dog air in the wheels. That's going to happen. Yeah, just driven one end. Looks like those wheels need a clean. I haven't run this one for even longer than the last two, I don't think. Yeah, that's quite nice. See if this one weighs any different. Let's have a look. Let's check the weight of this one. 216. Was that 18? 218. That is a bit lighter, isn't it, I think? Not too sure. Anyway, let's have a look at one of the coaches, because these are quite nice, these. Got a really good paint job on these. And this set came with two of these. Separate numbers. Yeah, they've got separate numbers. I mean, they've got seats in them. The doors and that are all picked out nicely. These little, what's the word? Lights, I think they would be. Tell you the doors are open. Little door handles. Again, the livery is really well done. And on the back, it's got everything you need, isn't it, really? But again, this is another set where it's very, very difficult to find any coaches, even though it's an older set. I'm not convinced they brought more out for this. They might have done. We do see them occasionally at train fairs, but for one coach people want 40, 50 quid, so that's a bit of a no-no. But at least it came with two coaches, this set, which really should be the minimum. Right, we'll get this one running as well. So that's my three Class 43 sets. Definitely need some appropriate coaches for the 125 set, if I can find them. The Virgin set, I've already been looking out for at least one more coach for that, but as I say, on times I see them, they're ridiculously expensive. and I've got enough coaches for the Swallow livery ones, even if one of them is extremely wobbly, the replica railways one, but I might be able to do something about that, I don't know. So you got one of these? Surely everyone's got one of these sets, haven't they? I didn't end up with a fourth with the Great Western one. The lack of extra coaches put me off, and although 99 quid is a good price, it's very sad when something that's 99 is considered cheap. I think full price for that was about 170, but without the coaches, and yes, it's probably had motor upgrade, although there's nothing wrong with these ring fields. It's also had a downgrade in A, the lack of an extra coach, and B, no lights at both ends. That's a bit cheapening out, if you ask me. Still, what do you reckon? Did you get the Great Western one? It does look good, I'll give it that. But yes, I rejected that. So you got one of these? Everyone's got one of these, I'm sure. Yeah, let us know what one you got, how you get on with yours, and if you can beat my boot sale price one, which is pretty good, I must say. Right, thanks for watching on that. Let us know your thoughts down below, and we'll see you in the next one, whatever that may be. Let's see if these all pull away relatively well or slowly. Or not at all, even. Wrong controller. Not even too noisy, are they?